Okay, I think we're all here. I'd like to call the August 26th Village Board meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to be led by Trustee Snagowski?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please.
This evening, we'll be starting with Trustee Kwasniewski.
Here.
Maher.
Here.
McClafferty.
Here.
Snagowski.
Here.
Stapleton.
Here.
It's got Kwasniewski again, but I think they meant Kitman.
I'm here.
Yeah, you were here before. Okay.
Still here.
I will write this
Still
in.
here.
Okay.
Okay,
They're on.
thank you. All right. Next up is our consent agenda, which consists of the following items. First off, the approval of minutes for the August 12th Village Board meeting. Also, the August 19th COW meeting minutes. We have the approval of disbursements. We have an ordinance creating Article 23 called the Hotel Motel Occupancy Tax of Chapter 3 Revenue and Finance of the Village Code of the Village of Lamont. We have an ordinance amending Title 5 of the Lamont, Illinois Municipal Code, a resolution authorizing the order and purchase of police vehicles, and a resolution of inducement pertaining to capital improvement projects to be constructed in conjunction with the establishment of the Triangle TIF District by the Village of Lamont, counties of Cook, Will, and DuPage, Illinois. I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Trustee Snagowski, seconded by Trustee Maher, to approve the consent agenda. Do we have any questions,
I have
comments?
one.
Yep, Rick.
Ralph, what's the one on, there's 2,900 on Safety Village? 2,900 and some change. What one was that for?
There is a pressure reducing valve for their water service that's in a manhole outside the building. Downtown usually runs between 110 and 120 pounds of water pressure. With that kind of pressure, you need something to reduce it, or you'll blow all your fixtures out. So the valve that's in there now went bad, and we split it with the Park District to replace it.
Oh, split the cost, okay.
Yes, we did.
So this is our half of the total,
Correct.
so 6
Yes.
grand, okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, roll call, please.
Kwasniewski.
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
And it says Kittredge here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. Next up is the mayor's report. Got a couple things going on throughout town. Our farmers market, Tuesday on Telcott, is tomorrow and every Tuesday through October from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Telcott parking lot. Please note, at our farmers market, there are more new vendors. We have a family-owned apple orchard, Apples on Oak, bringing over 20 apple varieties with no pesticides or herbicides, and they will also bring apple pies. We have Gunderson Orchards. It's a small fruit farm from Michigan joining the market and bringing the freshest and tastiest fruits, including peaches, plums, pears, berries, grapes, tomatoes, and more. Also, Villa's Nuts and Candy will be selling bulk nuts, candy, popcorn, caramel, candy, tamarind, apples, and Italian ice. They will have chocolate items when the weather is cooler. Also, Making Memories with Butterflies. We'll be selling butterfly kits, and we'll be at the market each week as long as she has butterflies. Also, please visit the lamontil.us/farmers market for more information. So please attend that, get out there. Again, we're starting to see increased activity out there, and it's a great time of the year for the farmers. Also, the last Lamont Legends Cruise Night is this Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. in downtown Lamont. Visit the website hcba.com for more information. Again, we've had great success with our car shows as well as our soiree, so please encourage you to get out there and visit our last show. Also, another reminder to residents that the Census 2020 neighborhood address canvassing started on August 4th and continues through October 18th. You may see hired address canvassers in our neighborhood confirming residential locations to ensure the 2020 Census Bureau address list is accurate. Canvassers will have an official government badge with photo ID, an official bag, and an official laptop. If you have any questions regarding this, please contact the Chicago Regional Office in Oak Brook at 1-800-865-6384. Again, this is a federal census. This is not put on by the village, but please be aware that we will have these folks in our neighborhoods. Also, as we've heard, people are very anxious for the opening of not only Rosebuds, but as well as Pete's Market. We can tell you with pretty good certainty that they're not opening up this weekend. Is that correct, Jason? Yeah, not this weekend, but stay tuned. Once we know more, they will be opening up. Rosebuds, obviously being a restaurant, highly anticipated. Restaurants typically will start with a soft, unannounced opening, but again, we'll let you know when they are opening up. With that being said, that's the end of what's going on around town. At this point, we're going to open it up for audience participation. I know we got a light crowd tonight, but if anyone out of the audience would like to step up, Jeanette, okay, we're all good there. So, Jerry? Yeah, okay. All right, with that being said, let's move to the clerk's report. Charlene?
Okay, the first ordinance if passed this evening would be O-66-19, and this is amending Title 10 of the Lamont, Illinois Municipal Code.
Okay, need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee McClafferty, seconded by trustee Maher. Chief, are you going to take this one? Great.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. After a review by our Traffic Safety Committee, we're recommending the reduction of our road tonnage allowance on the non-designated streets, which are the non-truck routes in town, from 10 tons to 7 tons. This will standardize them and also make them consistent with the road weights of our neighboring villages. In addition, we're establishing a penalty for violation of our road weight signs that will now be an ordinance at a minimum of $500 for that violation. We're also adding in to that section many exemptions for the vehicles that traditionally need to travel in those residential neighborhoods, so they're exempted and not subject to that penalty. The staff recommends passage.
Okay, thanks, Chief. And again, we hear this quite a bit. Obviously, we have business, we have residential development, both can coexist. We prefer to have the truck routes or the truck traffic on designated truck routes. Hence, that's why we're limiting, some of the poundage on these streets. We do have some non-village-owned streets, correct, Chief? We have the three main ones. Yeah, state and county streets. We do not have jurisdiction of limiting truck traffic on those streets, correct? We must allow, so for the truck traffic going down Illinois Street, going down New Avenue, Main Street, parts of 127th Street, we cannot limit that. And these weight limits are not pertainable to those roads, correct? But again, we are trying to work with the businesses, the trucking businesses around town. 135th Street has been widened. We want to try and get trucks on those routes, so we hear the residents loud and clear, but again, we will coexist with these businesses. So with that being said, any other questions or comments regarding this?
We're posting signage, right?
Correct.
We'll update our signage on many of the primary routes, not on every.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right, with that being said, roll call, please.
Kwasniewski.
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
Kittredge.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
The next item, if passed this evening, would be O-67-19, and this is amending the zoning map of the Village of Lamont from B3 Arterial Commercial District to B4 Commercial Recreation District at the northwest corner of Walker Road and Main Street. That's 14501 through 14507, and that's on Main Street in Lamont, Illinois.
Okay, need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee McClafferty, seconded by trustee Kittredge. Jason, are you taking this one, or Mark?
Yes. Thank you. As the board may recall, in June, the board approved a number of approvals for the Forge project, including a rezoning ordinance. Part of that had a condition of approval that these parcels on Main Street, which were zoned B3, that they would be, as a condition of approval, the applicant would come back and seek B4 commercial recreation zoning on these Main Street parcels. This item was held, there was a public hearing held for it on the August 7th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting where the PZC voted 7 to nothing in favor of the proposed rezoning. The item was also discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting last week. Staff is recommending approval.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Any other questions or comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Kwasniewski.
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
Kittredge.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. And again, very excited to have the Forge begin to break ground. Jeanette, I know you're out there, so what's the latest, greatest on timing? To put you on the spot.
We are clearing the invasive species, getting ready for creating some access roads so we can start construction of foundations and towers. We have a pretty aggressive schedule, I think, as you are well aware. We submitted our permits. We've alerted Jim Hancock and we're going for temporary grading permit at this juncture, just so we can get the access roads in. But it's kind of amazing to see the transformation that 10 acres between those quarries now has a fix. You can actually see there's some pretty cool stuff. There's like old relics down there that we're going to save and preserve. And the more and more of them we're finding as we clear this stuff. So I just, if you wouldn't mind, like maybe next week also letting everybody know that we are probably going to be closing that area because of construction. We're just going to have heavy equipment in and out of there. So we will make a formal notification to the village when it's actually going to occur. We're ordering the fencing and signage. Just, we're going to try to think of ways to try to keep it open, but
Sure.
we really can't. Just for everybody's safety, we're going to have to close it down.
Awesome. Awesome.
We're excited.
Jeanette, what are you closing?
Just if you go just east of the pavilion, we're close that path off on the south side, up to the footbridge. We're not going to close off that footbridge, because a lot of the construction on the east side of the quarry will not occur until probably like late November, early December. So,
So north side will stay open?
oh yeah, we're not touching, doing anything on that.
So south side east of the pavilion will be closed starting next week for construction.
The pavilion will still be open, we'll leave that, people
Okay.
will go down there and hang out and watch
Okay,
the bars.
awesome. Well, very, very excited and looking forward to it. With that being said, we already voted on that, right? So go ahead, Charlene, take it from here.
Okay. The next ordinance, if passed this evening, would be O-68-19, and that's amending the Title 17 of the Lamont Municipal Code, which is the Lamont Unified Development Ordinance of 2008.
Okay, need a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee Kwasniewski. Mark?
Thank you. So these items before you, these UDO text amendments, consist of a few minor things. First, we added a couple definitions to our zoning ordinance that we felt were necessary, including for childcare facility uses, and also for driveway. In our accessory use table, there was some information missing on our recently created R5A zoning district. And then the other two items were with our use table. There were a few errors that had popped up, and related to that, there were a few other sort of Scrivener errors or references in the code, like a spot of the code would reference a different section, but that reference kind of got out of line, so it needs to be corrected. So the bulk of these UDO amendment requests are to fix these sort of errors that have popped up that we've identified. This was a public hearing for this was held at the June Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, where they were approved by a 5-0 vote, and these items were discussed at last week's Committee of the Whole meeting. Staff is recommending approval.
All right, thanks, Mark. Any other questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Kwasniewski.
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
Kittredge.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
The next item, if passed this evening, will be a resolution. It would be R-78-19, and this is approving an agreement with Terra Engineering Limited.
Okay, need a motion, please.
So moved.
Okay, we have a
Second?
motion by trustee Maher, seconded by trustee McClafferty. Jason.
Hello, thanks. Yeah, we're excited to bring this forward to the board. As most folks know, the village has been working over the last few years to try to obtain a grant from either the Illinois Department of Transportation or Cook County Department of Highways to help us build a bicycle and pedestrian bridge that would cross the Sanitary and Ship Canal, connecting bike traffic on the Centennial Trail to downtown Lamont and onto the Forge. Haven't had any success with the grants, but there is some money available in the canal TIF, which we would allocate towards hiring Terra Engineering to do what they call Phase 1 engineering. So this would develop the design. There would be plenty of opportunities for public input, reporting back to the Heritage Corridor and Outdoor Recreation Commission and the like, and make sure everybody gets an opportunity to have their input and say as we evaluate this. We believe that having Phase 1 engineering done will make future grant applications more successful.
Great, thanks, Jason. Yeah, very exciting project. Again, we want to be able to tie in. Obviously, we were talking Forge tonight. You know, we have some unbelievable natural assets. One of them, one of the many, I guess, is our recreation and our biking. So, tying this in with our pedestrian traffic is a huge win. Something that will connect the downtown and also drive foot traffic as well as visitors as well. So excited to get this project underway. Anyone else have any other comments, questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Kwasniewski.
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
Kittredge.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
The next item, if passed, would be R-79-19, and this is approving an agreement with Kane, McKenna, and Associates Incorporated.
Okay, need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee McClafferty. Jason, you going to take this one?
So we're asking for approval to begin the process of investigating a new TIF in the downtown district. There's currently 2 TIFs downtown, the Canal TIF, which expires in 10 years or so, and the newly created TOD, or Transit-Oriented Development TIF. As part of that project and the ongoing redevelopment of downtown, we've identified some additional opportunities that we could use TIF as an economic development, as an incentive tool to help continue to build that excitement downtown. So this would start the process. Of course, there'd be public hearings and notices and the like, but this would just start the report to see if the properties in downtown would be eligible for a new TIF district. We're calling it the I&M TIF because much of it runs along the I&M Canal in downtown Lamont.
And again, this is the first of several steps.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Jason. Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Kwasniewski.
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
Kittredge.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
The next item, if passed this evening, would be R-80-19, and this is authorizing the execution of agreements for the refunding and selling of general obligation bonds.
Okay, need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Maher, seconded by trustee Snikowski. Chris?
Thank you, Mayor. So on August 12th, Bob Vale from Bernardi came out and discussed an estimated timeline and discussed refunding of 2 bonds and then also selling of one of the general obligation bonds. The refunding will be estimated to be a savings of over $600,000, and then sale of obligation bonds for some water projects. The second step here in the timeline is to authorize the execution of having Bob Vale, Bernardi Securities, to be our underwriter and Ice Miller to be our disclosure and bond counsel. So this is just the second step of the
Okay,
process.
second step, and again, on the refunding part, the estimated savings is,
640,000 as of right now.
so significant reductions in interest rates is what's obviously driving that. Awesome. Okay, thanks, Chris. Any other questions or comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Kwasniewski,
Yes.
Maher,
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski,
Yes.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge.
Yes.
Okay,
That's all I have to say.
motion
Would you like to
approved.
say that?
Thank you, Charlene.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Mike, do you have anything for the attorney report?
Thank you, Mayor. No report tonight.
Okay, thank you. George?
Thank you.
Administrator report.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just one quick item. There's a new survey that's been posted on Polco. There's a couple that are still active out there. One is that we're updating or redesigning our website. So there's a survey that's going to be up until the end of August on asking about how you interact with our website, any recommendations, any issues with it. But the new one that's been posted, kind of related, is news and communication channels. We're always looking for opportunities to better communicate with our residents and our businesses. And this poll will allow us to better understand how you're getting your news, which channels you're receiving them through, any issues you're having with communication. So if you get a chance, that survey will stay active till September 20th. It's important. It helps us plan some future initiatives. If you have not signed up yet, it's polco.us/Lamont, and you can sign up. We're starting to see a little bit of a lull in our registrations, but I think just want to reiterate, just get on there. It's anonymous. They ask for your zip code but they also, the information they're asking for is simply to ensure you're not a bot of some sort responding to these surveys, and ensure you're only responding once. So everything else is anonymous on the back end. So please go on to our website and you can sign up for those polls. Thank you.
Thanks, George. Next up, any board reports? Anyone? Staff reports. Chief, what do you got for us?
Hey, just a couple safety comments. Real quick, with the beginning of school starting, we continue to get complaints about the areas around Oakwood Elementary with the drop-offs and the pickups. Speeding complaints, especially on Kim, Kip, and Hillside. So I just want to, I guess, throw out a plea. If you're dropping your kids off, be mindful that you're in other residents' neighborhoods, and be courteous to them, and please obey the limit. We have officers out there doing as much enforcement as we can, but it's hard for us to keep up with it. The second thing is there's a new school bus passing law effective in January. We continue to get complaints from the school district bus drivers about cars passing their school buses when they're dropping off and picking kids up, which is a very dangerous thing. But in January, they have a new law that doubles the fines and has a 3-month summary suspension with a ticket, which is a fairly steep penalty there. So again, that's a 3-month suspension if you're caught after January passing a stopped school bus. So please be mindful. We prefer not to have to give those tickets out.
Thanks, Chief. Ralph, you got something for us?
I do. Thank you, Mayor. I have a brief construction update. So I spoke with both engineers for 83 in Main and the Main Street gas line project. A lot of people are frustrated with the 83 in Main project right now. The timing of the lights and the traffic and the lane closures. We're following through with all the complaints. I'm contacting IDOT as we go. They plan on having all the lanes open by mid-November. That's their goal. So if you add that Nicor gas project on Main Street on top of this one, people are really getting frustrated. So both projects should be wrapped up by mid-November. Those are IDOT projects. So keep calling us. I'll keep contacting them with concerns. And with our village projects, we have the water main projects going on right now. About 2 more weeks, we'll finish that up, and then we'll start our road resurfacing program. And we should be completed with that probably the second week of October. So, and our Stevens Street project, don't forget that, we're gonna be resurfacing Stevens Street. Depending on the bid results, on who gets it, that's gonna be a lot to do with the timing of it. If our current contract, PT Farrell, gets the bid on this one, he'll be doing that with our road resurfacing project, and not later in the year. So, I know it's kinda confusing, but there's a lot of things moving right now, and trying to get it all wrapped up for winter.
Thanks, Ralph. And I'm sorry, Ralph, you said on 83 in Maine, they're going to be complete or complete with,
They wanna be complete with, by November 15th.
awesome.
For just
All lanes
lane
open.
opening?
Lane, yeah, it's not gonna be cleaned up, I doubt
Yeah.
You
that.
won't have the lights up yet, right?
I think they will. I'll check on that, though.
Okay. I'm taking the over on that, Ralph.
2020, I know.
When I asked them, they weren't too confident.
As far as unfinished business, I should have mentioned this in the mayor report. We had recently some literature being passed around in certain neighborhoods, referred to as white supremacist groups. We are unaware of who is doing this. We're looking into this. This obviously is unacceptable, literature, something that obviously we don't support as residents of the village. So just want to make sure we're looking into that. Is that correct, Chief? I know, so if anyone has any, any type of video or home monitoring that you can assist, please contact, the chief and the police department. Again, this is happening to several other towns, and something obviously we don't support. That being said, anyone else have any other new or unfinished business? Okay. With that being said, we are going into executive session. We have in executive session to discuss under Chapter 5 ILCS of the Open Meetings Act. Number one, we have real estate purchase or lease, 2C5. We have setting price for real estate, which is 2C11. And Mike, we also are going to go in for pending litigation under 2C11. Did we get all those right?
That's fine, that hits the mark.
Okay, all right, thank you. With that being said, we need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion by trustee Snagowski, seconded by trustee McClafferty. Roll call, please.
Kwasniewski,
Yes.
Maher,
Yes.
McClafferty.
Yes.
Snagowski.
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
Kittredge.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. We do not expect any decision post-executive session, so with that being said, we will be exiting the executive session, and again, we will reopen for the public session after that. So with that being said, we are adjourned for now for our open session.